Well, good evening, everybody. If it's a Thursday night or a Tuesday night or a Friday night in central Minnesota, there's got to be something going on. And this cold Tuesday night is no exception. Steve Jones along with Dave Gertz, and we are doing the Little Falls Flyer basketball team boys versus the Albany Huskies. A big rematch of an earlier game this year. And Steve, these two teams went into overtime the last time they met.
Yeah, down in the Albany floor. And actually, Dave, that kick-started a nice little winning streak for the Flyers. They won 6 of their next 7 games before really kind of running into the doldrums in the last couple of outings.
They have. You know, the last 2 games, Cathedral and Sartell, they kind of came into a buzzsaw against Cathedral. 14 three-pointers from Cathedral, a school record tied. And they get beat pretty handily by Cathedral.
Yeah, and really the same thing happened with Sartell. If you look at statistics-wise, you know, and if you watch the Flyers play, you know that this is an outside shooting ball club. They like to shoot the threes, and in doing so, they have to hit some of those threes. And throughout the year, they've shot the ball pretty well for a high school team to shoot about 35% from 3-point line.
35.
Yep, you're gonna be in most ball games. Unfortunately, the last 2 games, as Dave mentioned, really blowout losses to Sartell and Cathedral. Little Falls 10 of 50 from the 3-point line. That's just a measly 20%, Dave. And I think Kevin Jordan would agree that kind of tells the tale of the tape.
Well, coming into tonight's game, second-year coach Corey Schlegel knows exactly what to expect from Little Falls. He knows they're a run-and-gun team. They're the 3-point shooting team, and if they can get that average back, this is going to be a tough game. And Schlegel, they're sitting at 9-4. If you want to throw that conference graphic up, Mora is top of the conference, tied with Little Falls at 10-2. Cathedral 10-3. Albany right there at 9-4, and the rest of the teams: Becker, Zimmerman, Princeton, Malacca, Mora, 4-9, 4-8. So we're at the top of the conference. It's going to be great for section seed, and boy, it's going to be great for a possible chance to go to state again.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Section AAA, it's a toss-up. I'm not sure that it really matters outside of the potential for a home game where you're seated, because top to bottom, there's not a lot of difference between 1 through 8.
It was kind of amazing, too, that Sartell game. Sartell, a former Central Lakes Conference foe. Little Falls never really struggled against them, but boy, they just got the brakes put on them by Sartell, and good for them. Sartell's having a great season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As you mentioned, a pretty even conference. I think the Granite Ridge really is kind of a microcosm of 8 AAA and other sections that the Granite Ridge teams play in. No clear-cut favorite coming out of this, and makes for some competitive basketball here in February.
Well, it's a very cold night here. I'm glad we're indoors tonight. 8 degrees below tonight, they're saying, and it's nice and warm. And this gym's going to heat up very quickly as Coach Kevin Jordan looks for another win in the Granite Ridge Conference against the Albany Huskies. Interesting, the colors are exactly opposite.
Absolutely. Glad they didn't get the uniforms messed up, or we would have been watching the same team both ways.
Nice thing about tonight, I'm going to mention this before we get the starting lineups. Josh Wenzel, a senior, he broke his, I think he broke his foot or his leg in football. And he is out today for the first time. They're going to let him start. He's not going to play, but he's going to be one of the starting 5 tonight.
Yep.
And we're going to have the presentation of the colors by American Legion Post 46, and we're going to have tape on that right now as you hear Joel Holy, the PA announcer, and Mike and Cheryl Moore, the scorekeepers. We're going to talk about the country right now. Let's pause for a little breath of fresh air.
Please stay standing and hold your applause until the colors have left the floor.
There you have the colors presented by the American Legion Post 46. Steve, I always love that part of the game.
Well, I enjoyed the pictures that your excellent crew put together, Dave, of so many people with their hands over their hearts in the stands. Interesting conversation I had today with a staff member who, after a basketball game last week, said that a fan from another community came up to him and said, boy, I just like that you get your VFW and your Legion and your veterans involved in the flag presentation. That just adds something to the whole aura of what high school sports should be all about.
It is. And here we have the starting lineups coming up right now. For Albany, number 5, Nick Raker, and he'll be watched by number 20, Jake Scott, an 8.8 point per game scorer. And there you see Jake. There was parents' night tonight, Steve, so Jake and his brother Troy got some recognition with their parents. Next for Albany, number 11, Brett Fisher. He'll be watched by number 24, Colin Ekman, averaging 16.6 points per game. And number 25 for Albany, Dalton Finken. And he'll be watched by number 42, Travis Spillum, starting again tonight, 6'3" senior, averaging 3.4 points per game. And for the Albany Huskies, number 30, Scott Litchie, 6'1" senior. He'll be watched by number 52, the big Spencer Lubers, 6'5" senior. And finally for Albany, number 32, Zach Raker. And he'll be guarded by number 32, same number, Josh Wenzel, who's coming out for just a short time. He's got no stats this year, Steve, but he heard his foot is better. I wish he could play.
Yep, because every indication I've had is that he would have made an impact on this basketball team if he were healthy enough to play.
Josh is a former student of mine, Steve, and I can tell you one of the quality kids coming from Little Falls, academic and athletically, one of the nicest kids in the world.
Well, my understanding is he's got a baseball scholarship, and he'll be playing some collegiate baseball in the area down the road here. So we look forward to Josh getting healthy, maybe for baseball season later on this spring. So yeah, I just saw Kevin Silbernick in the building, so it must be a break time, intermission time over at the hockey game. We got a section hockey tournament game going on. Right now, at the end of the first period, the Flyers leading Morris Benson 1-0. Of course, the Flyers got the number 1 seed in that section. I believe it's 6A.
6A. Yep.
And looking for a return trip to the state tournament.
That would be awesome. The officials tonight, Jacob Welch, Aaron Hammer, and Alex Weem. And we're got the jump ball here, controlled right off the tap by Mr. Spillum. And Josh Wenzel's going to come out, and what a nice tribute to Wenzel.
Yep. It was, and the fans will get on their feet and give him a nice ovation, and I think a class move by the coaching staff at Little Falls as he comes over and he gives Coach Kevin Jordan a huge hug, and you know that there's tears in that hug right there,
man,
Dave.
Well, Josh, you're right. He made an impact in every sport he's played in, and he was a great ball player, but he will play baseball, and he's got a scholarship, and he wants to keep that ankle healthy for that. Well, here we go. Little Falls lost the tip on that because they took a timeout.
Yep.
And Albany has the ball. Fisher throws in to number 5, Raker. And Little Falls in this tough man-to-man defense right off the bat. Shot, number 30. Litchie, no good, rebounded by Colin Ekman. Ekman crosses the timeline. 17:40 to go early in the first half. Spillum, boom, 6-footer.
Well, if the first round of action has anything to do with it, tells you two things right off the bat, Dave. First of all, defense gets you out of slumps. If you're not scoring points, your defense has to come in and throw the ball inside to a wide open Spillum for a quick 4-footer, and right off the bat, Flyers out with a vengeance, leading 2-zip.
And look at that defense, Steve, as Albany's trying to find their way around it. Right now they've got nothing in the middle at all. Scott Litchie with the ball. He's driving. Kicks it back out to Raker. Raker in the lane. Stolen. This is number 5, Scott. And it's 4-0.
And again, defense can kickstart your offense. And here is another example of it as Scott comes up with the steal in the bucket for Zip Flyers.
16:52 to go. Albany crosses the line. Back number 30, 25 in the game, Finken. Long three-pointer, no good by Raker, picked up by Scott, the brothers Scott.
Boy, it was a great box out.
Ekman, back to Lubers. Lubers playing high post. Lubers in, underneath. Not size for that 6-footer, no good there.
I thought he was gonna put that one up. He decided to kick it back out and start the offense all over again.
Troy Scott with the ball, goes right in the corner to his brother, Jake. Jake comes up across the top of the three-point line. And Ekman's calling a play. And you know that Corey Schlegel is going to watch this offense because they want to get this game to be an overtime game too again if they could.
They sure would like that. Looking on the floor right now, a pretty even matchup. Sometimes Dave, Little Falls comes out and they're outsized. Today, that's not the case.
Lubers, 6-footer, no good. First shot missed by the Flyers. No traveling call. And hawking the ball right now is Scott. Oh, couldn't get it up there. Jake Scott tried to get the ball away. Raker comes away with it. Pass to Litchie, number 30, drives in. Oh, 4-footer, no good. Rebounded. Spencer Lubers.
And right now, Albany had a couple chances, could not convert. Quick pass came up off the deflection, off the board. But
and Ekman steals it back. Dipsy Doodle, no good. He's hammered to the ground and no call. And Raker comes up with the ball. Cuts the lane to Litchie. Slapped away by Lubers. And it's kicked across the timeline.
Another scrum.
That's an over and back call.
Yes, it is.
Good call.
Yep. Well, as they say, Dave, it ain't been pretty, but it's been effective for Little Falls as they're coming out. And again, the way that you get out of a slump is to come out and just out-hustle your opponent. And right now, as we see players 6, 7, and 8 coming in off the bench for Little Falls, Kevin Jordan has decided to really up-tempo things, and he's going to use his bench.
Well, Seb Sawada and Colin Gerdine in, and boy, Seb Sawada has been a lights-out kind of kid this year. Skinny, but boy, effective. Colin Gerdine also filling in the middle, kind of power forward right now. Seb Sawada, and he gets pushed out of bounds.
Yep. Another indication of how the Flyers are approaching this game, Dave, we're nearly 3 minutes in, and they haven't launched a three yet.
Nothing on there, right. That foul is on number 11, Brett Fisher, first foul for anybody. Well-played game. The refs are keeping it pretty close right now. Ekman going to take that three. Nope, he's going to pass on it. Back to Scott, setting up the play. Luber's right side. Seb Sawada looking. Ekman. And Albany kind of doing a 2-3 zone here. Oh, and Colin Ekman splits it, puts it in.
Well, one of the problems a high school team has sometimes is when they up-tempo the defense, they immediately think that they have to up-tempo the offense. And I want to see the Flyers do exactly what they did there. They got a good shot. They didn't rush a shot, but now they're back on the defensive end and another steal.
Oh, my gosh. Gerdine with a great steal. That's a second turnover by Steele that Albany's given up. And Ekman through the leg dribble. Scott, left side. That middle's open. And that's Zawatsky out there for the first time. Big three-pointer.
That was a two. Yep, right foot was on the line for Gerdine.
That was Colin Gerdine's first basket. And Little Falls is up 8-zip.
And a quick timeout by Albany's coach Corey Schlegel, who through the first 3 minutes and 46 seconds of this ball game cannot be happy with what he's seeing from his Huskies.
What kind of an amazing game here. Boy, you're right. Little Falls has not launched a three. That did not count as a three, but they are pushing it inside.
They are, and the beauty is when you do that, then the threes will be open for you. Then you're getting the uncontested looks at the threes. And right now, on both ends of the floor, this game is all Little Falls. But of course, Dave, we know it's a 36-minute game and not a 3-minute and 46-second game.
That's exactly right. As the Gophers found out the other night too, I might add. Woo, boy!
I've stopped talking about the Gophers.
We're not going to. I'm sorry I mentioned them. They dug a hole and they lost.
I've just had it.
I'm done.
Yep.
And Albany takes in number 30, Litchie.
And coming right out in the press.
Boy, they're putting on the pressure right now. 8 seconds on the ref's count, and he makes it across the timeline. Nice pass there, the first basket. Yep. There you go. Number 32.
And as so often happens when you beat press, it opens up some easy shots. And Little Falls just did not get back on the D after Raker beat the press.
Zach Raker with the first basket of the game, 13:51 to go. Little Falls kicking it back, Spillum. And number 10 in the game, Tommy Bell, coming off the bench. Seb Sawada still in there. Brett Sawatsky still in there. Bryce, excuse me, I'm thinking of his brothers. Man alive. Splits the lane, does Seb Sawada, and it's out of bounds off of Little Falls.
And now we have to get back to not trying to dribble too much. Moving the ball by pass is what's gotten Little Falls the points thus far. We have to be careful not to dribble into penetration.
And in the game for Albany, Corey Stick, number 15, and number 34, John Elliott for the first time. So Schlegel subbing two, trying to keep fresh legs out there. Crossing the timeline is Litchie. Litchie to Raker. And Little Falls, they're man-to-man again. They're not letting anything in that lane. Oh man.
Raker.
Got away with the move there. Long three, no good. Rebounded by Spillum.
Yep, and here comes the Flyer fast break. Bell on the left-hand side.
Tommy Bell kicks it over to Seb Sawat. A wide open three for Zawatsky. Decides to pass it up. Gerdine from 6 feet. Doesn't take it. And there's a on the sideline. Good play by Albany.
Well, I was just going to say, this is fun to watch the Flyers because they're showing a little patience. Just so I was about to say that, we got a little impatient.
Wholesale subbing here.
Yep.
The Scott boys back in. Ekman, Travis Mill. The starting lineup is basically back in here right now for Little Falls. All apart from Josh Wenzel, of course. And a full court press put on by the Flyers again. And
3-on-1.
By Raker.
Yep.
Kicked over. Boy, nice block by Spencer Lubers. 2 blocks. And Ekman comes up with a rebound on this one. And they're going to set up. Boy, Albany's missed a couple chances there. Oh, Spencer Lubers with a right-handed layup. Opposite hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a nice drive. Spencer got the ball about 16 feet of the basket, and he just went head on in and avoided the charge.
10-2 here, 12:29 to go in the first half. Steve Jones, along with Dave Gertz, Flyer Media Productions basketball game. Little Falls Flyers versus the Albany Huskies. Granite Ridge Conference play. Section ramifications and conference ramifications here. 2-point shot by number 30. That's Scott Litchie.
Yep, Litchie quickly, defense left him, and he just turned around and shot the basketball.
Well, 10-4, they've only scored 4 points in 6 minutes. Wow. Not a lot of scoring here by Albany. They've tried their chances. Spillum, top of the three-point line, drives, and he hopped a little bit, and Scott has it, going to set up a play again. And Albany in man defense now, too. Back to Lubers, Ekman looking for the three. They're not letting anybody have the three, but beautiful feed. Ekman for the three, there it is. Nope, no good. Rebounded by Scott. And a foul
charge.
Offensive.
Yep, you can see that one coming.
That's the first foul on Little Falls.
Yeah, that's only the second foul in the game. It's not been a physical game despite a lot of action on the floor. Even though Ekman missed that three, that was a good three. He was open. It came with some great ball movement. Those are threes that Kevin Jordan doesn't mind his Flyer squad taking.
And off of 3 crisp passes, too. And Ekman tips the ball away, but number 34, Elliott, comes up with it. Litchie over in the corner to Stick. Stick back to Litchie. Big three-pointer outside the arc. And Ekman comes up with a rebound at the free throw line. Down the court, he's got a right side open. Puts it in. Oh, just rolls off his fingertips. One of the few shots that Ekman misses.
And now
he
just
comes up with it again.
Yep.
That's a 4th turnover by Albany. And Scott hands it to his brother. 24-footer. It's good.
That was a big one by Troy.
Holy moly. 24 feet away from the basket, and Scott buries it. Nothing but net.
Flyers with their largest lead of the evening, 13-4.
Zawatsky coming in for Little Falls on the sideline right now. And Albany's got to find something. To Riley Voigt in for Albany right now. And Litchie's driving, looking for something. Elliott gets it back to him. There's nothing open in the lane. Albany's giving up a lot of size in the lane right now.
Double dribble. Yep, double dribble. As Litchie was looking left, nobody was there, and then committed the turnover. Well, what you're seeing inside right now is normally what happens in Little Falls. Things are boxed up inside, and so you just have a perimeter game. Right now, the game is not happening that way for Albany.
And a call from the bench, number 25, Dalton Finken wanted to come in, but the refs did not give him permission. 5 turnovers so far for Albany, Steve.
And it's been the defense of the Flyers.
Ekman over to Lubers, and it's out of bounds off of an Albany player. And now number 25 gets to come in. Coming out of the game, number 34, John Elliott. Want to remind you this is brought to you by Flyer Media Productions and Central Minnesota Access Television Channel 6. Jerry Abraham, our co-sponsor, along with Karen Warner and Steve Jones. Dave Gertz welcoming you to tonight's ball game. Oh, he almost stepped over the line there. Yep. Scott drives. Big wide open three from Ekman.
Nope, way short.
That was not one of his best three-point shots either. And coming up with the ball, Litchie crosses the line. Little Falls in that man defense. Litchie, nothing but air.
Yep, Ekman got an arm.
He did. Kind of diverted that shot.
It's just a two-shotter. It was inside the three-point line. But in retrospect, not a great foul by Colin as he picks up number 1.
Steve, 3 total fouls with 8 minutes gone.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Litchie's first free throw.
Yeah, and it's not like they've been sitting around doing nothing
No.
on defense. They've been pushing. Both sides have been pushing.
Number 22, Zach Tomsky coming in for Albany. Boy, some fresh legs. And I tell you, Albany looks a little tired. Well, number 32's been in the whole game, Raker, so he's getting a nice deserved break.
Well, you can see through the first half of the first quarter here, first period, I mean, that Albany wants to push the ball and put the ball up. They like to shoot the basketball. Right now, the Flyers are really controlling tempo, which I think is a key to this basketball game for Little Falls.
9:51 to go, 13-7. Little Falls up by 6. Biggest lead has been 9. And Luber's looking at the three, decides to pass up on it. Back to Scott. Scott, boy, is pushing away, a little bit close contact there. Underarms in the face. Luber's on the left side. Tommy Bell in the game too. Back to Jake. Jake setting things up to Ekman. Nice feed in. Zawatsky passes up the shot to give it to Lubers. Well, Albany's hawking right now.
That's right, but there's no hurry. There's no hurry.
Ekman, oh, beautiful feed. Zawatsky gets hit, but no foul. And Albany comes up with what a nice play by Albany's defense.
Yep, and it was a great catch by Zawatsky. And
Litchie.
Yep, comes right back. Litchie's the guy to watch. He's got 6 of their 7 points.
Wow, 9:02 to go, and Litchie's hit from 2-2 and 2 free throws. And that ball's out of bounds off of a Little Falls player. Albany comes up again, and in the game, number 40, Colin Gerdine coming back in. And Lubers will take a seat.
Slowly, methodically, Albany bringing themselves back is Little Falls a little careless.
Well, you know what, Steve? Little Falls hasn't scored in about 3 minutes either.
No.
13-8, Little Falls up. Biggest lead has been 9, and they're just not having a good time at the basket. Albany number 22, that's Tomsky. Kicks it out. Three-pointer by number 15, no good stick, and out of bounds off of he took a dive for the team.
Well, it's tough when you shoot an air ball from 3. Nobody's ready for that non-carom rebound.
That's right.
And that caught the Flyers a little flat-footed.
And Albany inbounds the ball. Litchie, left side. And Little Falls in that very aggressive man-to-man defense, but they have not scored in about 3 minutes. Another 3 that goes awry. And Zawatsky comes up with the rebound.
Well, thus far, Albany not shooting the ball well, but they will start hitting, and it's imperative that Little Falls get something going in the hoop here.
Nice job, nice drive by Scott. Jake Scott picks up the foul, number 23, I believe that's on. That's Riley Voigt.
Yep.
Wow, I still can't believe it. 4 fouls, and we're 8:20 left in the first half.
Yeah. But now we have to convert.
There it is. Every basket is going to be very important here. Scott's first point of the game. Spillum coming back in, replacing Zawatsky. And number 32 back in, Zach Raker. And number 5 back in, that is Nick Raker, the brothers Raker. Well, that's the first 2 points, Steve, in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yep, puts the Flyers back up by 7.
In full court pressure, they're going to get a little bit more aggressive here, I think, on this press.
Yep.
Nice break by Raker.
Well,
comes across the timeline and just about picks up a foot. There's number 30. Yep. You can't let him open. Scott Litchie.
Nope, he's got 9 of their 11 points. We've got to do something with him.
And he has scored everything. Field, free throw, and now a three-pointer.
Yep.
And he is hot.
And that press is not helping the Flyers right now. It's leading to some open baskets.
Oh. Travis Spillum just danced around the baseline, picks up the foul in the basket.
Well, you know, we've seen Spillum do some good things in the past when he's driven to the hoop, but then he backs away in previous games. It was nice to see him complete that trip to the basket hard, get the free throw and the three-pointer.
Well, guess what, Steve? Little Falls shooting hot from the free throw line right now, 3 for 3.
Which is good for a 66% free throw shooting team in the year. Obviously, 3 for 3, a good start.
You bet it is. 7:49 to go, 18-11 here. And Albany with the ball. Another three-pointer. No way! Litchie.
Yep.
They're back within 4 points, and Litchie is going crazy. He has everything but 2 points tonight.
Yep. And you know, they're not impossible shots he's taking. He has open shots, and so Little Falls has to tighten up that man-to-man.
And Albany is putting a pick right at the top of the three-point line to get him open. And that's off of Little Falls. Boy, that's the 4th turnover by the Flyers.
Yep.
Well, Albany's cut the turnovers down. They had 5, and now Little Falls comes up with number 4, and Spencer Luber's coming back in the game, and Zawadzki back in, and Ekman back in. Got to get the fresh horses underneath.
Yep. You know, it's amazing how the feel of a basketball game goes, because you sit here for 10 minutes, you watch the play, you think Little Falls has this thing in hand, and it's just not reflected in the scoreboard right now.
Boy, nice steal by Scott. And the overback call is taken back. Raker with the ball. Number 5 on 5 here. Even numbered, Flyers even numbered, odd numbered.
Yep.
We got a lot of the same numbers out there is what I'm trying to say.
I think a lot. I knew what you were trying to say.
I'm tongue-tied today.
Exactly.
That falls on number 5 for Little Falls. That's Troy Scott's first foul. 7:04 to go, 18-14. Man alive, a big run by Albany's put this game back well within reach.
Yep.
Luber's trapping Raker.
There we go.
There it is. Scott's going to do it all the way.
Yep, and really that half-court trap has been more effective than the full-court trap.
And Raker just lost the ball. He didn't know what to do. Kicks it off his foot again. Litchie. And Litchie, boy, you can't let him open for a minute.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
That's got to hurt.
It was a great head fake by Raker, by Zach Raker, to get the Flyer up in the air.
What do you tell Spencer Lubers? It's tough not to leave your feet, but boy, you don't want to leave your feet.
No, and that's a good reason why.
Oh, that's a neck breaker. Back in the game, number 11, Brett Fisher for Albany. 6:40 to go, 20-14. And Albany inbounding the ball.
Flyers playing zone out of the inbounds pass.
And Raker takes the ball.
And goes right back into a man
and
and leaves him open. Yep.
Underneath. Whoa! He just missed a cookie, number 32, Zach Raker did.
Yep.
And Little Falls coming up with that ball. Lubers with a good rebound there. Lubers and Zawadzki. Ekman drives base. Nothing stopping him.
Well, that was a necessary basket. Following the easy chippy miss down on the other end, the Flyers had to come down and convert, and they did.
Well, Ekman's been slow to start. He's only got 4 points. His average is almost 17 a game, but he did this last time we watched him. Came on with a lot of points at the end. And there's Raker. No good on the 3. And who comes up with the rebound? Zawadzki.
Yep.
And gives it over to Lubers. Waiting for it is Scott down the three-point land. Oh, Zawadzki's got a 3. He decides to pass that up. Ekman, beautiful pass. Foul. Yep. Number
on
11,
the baseline. Yeah, it was a good strong cut by Lubers to the basket, and all the Albany player could do was grab on.
That was on Finken, number 25. Second foul. Foul's kind of creeping up. Only 4 and 4 apiece here.
Right. Neither team not anywhere close yet to the bonus situation.
Nothing. 3 fouls to give on each of these teams. Ekman looking in. Gets it into Scott. Scott with a nice move. Boy, he's just so fast. His dribble. 8-footer in.
Oh, little nice step back jumper from about 6 or 8 feet. That's a shot that players have to hit now. That shot wasn't in our repertoire when we played, Dave.
No, I had to be on a ladder by the basket to get that shot in.
Yep.
Oh, big 3-point shot by Litchie, no good. And guess what, Lubers? That's 3 rebounds in the last 3 shots for Lubers.
Flyers
24.
And out for the 3.
Oh, and Spencer does it.
All of a sudden, this rotation of subs for Coach Jordan has really paid dividends. The lead is now 13.
Steve, I can't believe it.
Yep, it was just 18-14, and so Flyers on a 9-0 run before Litchie misses and is fouled.
Oh, boy, he's just pushed out of bounds, and Litchie's the guy to go to, the guy to stop. Yep. And that falls on Lubers or Zawadzki.
No, I think it's on Jake Scott, actually.
Is it really?
I thought I saw him go 2-zip on his hands.
We'll see what Mike Moore puts up.
Yep.
There it is. You're right.
Yep.
I shouldn't doubt you.
Well,
when I'm standing right next to you, I'm not doubting you again. I give it up. Inbounding the ball, number 11, Fisher for Albany. 5:06 to go. And, man, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and my eyes are unbelievable. Yep. There's Litchie again. Boy! And this time Zawadzki comes up with the rebound. Ekman going to cross the timeline here. Nice move by Colin Ekman. Kicks it out to Tommy Bell in the game. Setting up their play. 4:51 to go.
No hurry. Just be patient.
And Kevin Jordan is very happy on the side, as you can tell. And Ekman with a 3.
That was a little quicker shot than maybe they wanted. But the good thing is there were 8 passes without the ball hitting the floor. And that's what you want to do.
Raker comes up with that ball on the rebound. Litchie Watched by Spillum, and it's off of Litchi.
Yep. And all Travis did was just hold his ground.
That's right, and that's the seventh turnover by Albany.
Yeah, Litchi needs a break, and I think Schlegel realized that. He's taking out 12 of his 14 points, but Litchi needs a break.
Wow. That is unbelievable that nobody else can score. Raker and Litchi, and it's Zach Raker that scored, not even Nick.
No.
And Little Falls not in a hurry here. 4:17 to go. They're just going to set a couple plays up. And they have no shot clock to worry about. They can just pass and pass and pass. There's pass number 3 coming up. Boom.
So what do you think about that shot clock in high school? It keeps getting some play.
I don't know. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I'm just wondering about the cost effectiveness. I guess having somebody run it, and I'd love to see it sometimes in a game like this. It would make this game nice.
Now, I'm more of a traditionalist. I don't want it. I like the fact that you can still play defense and let that dictate your offense.
Well, you know, and Little Falls has always been that defensive-minded team, too. It might make their whole philosophy different. And I don't know. We're not California. We're not Texas.
Exactly.
We're not Melrose. Melrose has a three-point clock. They don't use it, though.
Right.
I heard that.
Of course, I still like Dean Smith's four-corner offense from the 70s, so I told you I was a traditionalist.
Okay. You got me there. I got you.
But I'm glad we don't center jump after each basket like they used to do.
There's number 11 with a basket. Brett Fisher with his first basket. The only other player besides Raker and Litchi to score.
And just a note to fans, I did not play when they did center jump it after each basket.
You didn't have a bucket, like a cherry basket up there, a peach basket?
The old peach
no,
basket.
You didn't have that. I know that. Oh, I remember repping many girls' games when the jump ball made the game really long.
Remember that? Yep.
I do.
Yep.
I think I told you a halftime score I had. Girls' game, 3-2 at half.
Yep.
And there was 10 fouls. And there's a foul here by Little Falls.
Yep. And suddenly that's the 6th foul on Little Falls. And playing defense so well, the last thing you want to do is put the other team at the free throw line with a chance to get easy, uncontested points. So with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half, it'll be interesting to see if and when Little Falls commits that 7th foul and what kind of an impact it has on the end of the first half here.
They're backing off the press, too. They want to just let Albany force the move here across the timeline. 27-16, Little Falls, a good run.
Yep. Into a little bit matchup zone here.
Look at that. Nice steal by Gradine.
Yep.
Kicks it out to Scott. Scott on the right side. Going base, looking for somebody. Gets Tommy Bell open.
Yep.
Well, Gradine is just fighting in the lane right now. Scott back to Tom Bell. Oh, beautiful pass to Spillum, and it's out of bounds.
Well, it was tipped out of bounds, and Spillum was there with the ability to catch the ball. Voigt flashed in front of him and got a digit on it.
And Luber's coming back in the game, and Ekman coming back, and Seb Sawada coming back in the game.
Yep.
Well, this last 4 minutes has gone quite slowly here. Wow, the first 9 were just boom, gone.
Yep. The largest lead of the evening, 13 points for Little Falls, has been trimmed to 11.
And Lubers gets the ball in bounds. A three-pointer by Seb Sawada.
Bingo.
Is in.
So Seb's first points of the night puts the Flyers back up by 14.
Boy, a 30-16 lead here, too, at halftime. Big score. And Albany's got to find something to do coming back here. They don't have Litchi out right now. He's taking a well-deserved rest, but that's all their points right there. And I guess Litchi is back in. He crawled back in. No. Another shot no good by number 11, Fisher. And with 2 minutes to go, Ekman leads the team across the line. And Lubers again from 3. Good!
Spencer Lubers, where are you?
8 points for Lubers tonight. And what is he averaging for threes? I don't think he shot a 3 all year.
That's what I was looking up here. See if I can
take a look here.
See if I can figure it out. Spencer is at 7 of 29, so he has shot a few.
Gosh, he has.
He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Raker puts it in.
Well, you knew he was going to get warmed up. I like what I see from him out on the floor.
And look at Ekman going all the way. Man, Ekman has had 2 of those uncontested baseline shots, and he picks up the foul, too. Basket's good. Foul's on number 20 or 32.
Flyers back up by 14 at 33-19. Flash from the Exchange Arena at the end of 2. Flyers up 3-1.
Oh, boy.
Over Morris Benson.
Good way to start the section playoffs. And Ekman puts another win. He's got 7 points quietly tonight.
Quietly is exactly right.
And back in the game, looks like Spillum came in, and Gradine is in, and number 5, Troy Scott is in. 1:23 to go, the final minute of play coming up here in the first half, and Little Falls opening up a big, big lead on Albany. Raker in to his brother, Raker. Number 11, Fisher, no good. And who takes the ball away but Scott? Troy Scott coming up with a rebound. And a weak press tried to be applied by Albany. And Spencer Lubers, just missed a little cookie shot.
Boy, I liked how he exploded to the hoop, though, Dave. He really went to the hoop hard.
And one of the nicest kids you'd want to meet is Spencer Lubers, and he is a tough basketball player.
Well, there's nothing worse for the Albany Huskies when you don't shoot the ball well and cannot get any offensive rebounds. And Little Falls has controlled the glass through the first half of this game, and that's why they lead by 17 big points right now.
Well, the Lubers has had, I've counted 5 rebounds for Lubers and about 4 for Zawatsky, so they just nail it on the board. Albany can't get anything underneath. They're giving up a lot of height. And Little Falls content here just to get one shot maybe away.
Yep.
Seb Sawada looking for Zawatsky, and a man-to-man defense put on by Albany. Travis Spillum. And they're either going to have to foul or let Little Falls shoot. And Coach Jordan's calling number 3. That's that old number 3 play. That's a 4-corner play, I think, Steve. He told me that.
Oh, I thought Seb would have taken that one.
Sawada. That's about a 30-foot three-pointer, and it was no good.
Yep. Well, if they have anything to work on at halftime, that might be it. How to run that offense in the last 50 seconds of the half, because that was not the shot you wanted. But all in all, Dave, a good first half for the Flyers. They ended on an 18-5 run.
Oh, wow.
To lead at half, 36-19.
Now, the B squad game, I just wanted to mention that before, it came down to the wire, Steve. It was 53 all with 30 seconds to go. Little Falls ends up winning that B squad game 59-55. And the story for Albany right now looks like Scott Litchie. Without him, Albany has, 6-7 points.
Yep. They just have not been able to find any offense. And we're not talking about missed opportunities in terms of bunnies, although Albany has missed their share of give-me's.
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is Albany is just not shooting the ball very well. They aren't getting any second-chance opportunities. Little Falls, though, not shooting the ball exceptionally well, has played the better defense, and their defense has caused some turnovers, which have equated to easy points. And Little Falls got hot, as I said, the last few minutes of this first half. Really put the ball in the hole when they needed to, and they lead by 17 at the break.
Well, on the offensive boards, Lubers and Zawatsky combining for 15 rebounds. I mean, it's amazing that there's nothing underneath. Litchie's not even underneath the rebound for Albany.
Yep.
Well, that's a halftime right now. 36-19 is the score. We're just going to take a little break as you watch some of the future Flyers basketball players shoot some balls here. This is Dave Gertz along with Steve Jones. Flyer Media Productions production of Albany Huskies versus Little Falls Flyer basketball is brought to you by Flyer Media Productions, the Video Club at the high school here in Little Falls, Minnesota, and Central Minnesota Access Television with Jerry Abraham, our sponsor, providing a lot of the equipment that we're using right now and a lot of the training that the kids are using. We're going to take a short break and be back in about 5 minutes with the second half. Dave Gertz for Steve Jones, back in a few minutes. Thanks. Well, welcome back. Halftime here at Little Falls Flyer Gymnasium. And the Flyers opening up a huge 36-19 lead. And Steve, the story of that half was definitely the play of Troy Scott, but I think the rebounding by Lubers and Zawatsky really put Little Falls on the offensive.
Well, and I agree with you, Dave, and I think that rebounding really was set up by their defense. So many of the opportunities that Little Falls had to control the boards were because they, first of all, pushed Albany out defensively. Albany was playing perimeter basketball. And so the shots they took, there was just nobody inside the paint to contest for a rebound. And so the defense set up a good first half of rebounding by Little Falls, which equated to a patient offense and some set plays, but also gave them opportunities for some fast breaks where they came away with easy buckets as well.
The story for Albany, too, Scott Litchie, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 points for Litchie. He has 12 with a 19 points, and I don't know if you can rely on one player that much when you're facing the Flyers.
Well, and he hit those 12 points in about the first 10 minutes of the first half. He went about 0 for his last 4 or 5 with a couple of air balls in there, so I think he got tired. And so I think, again, credit to the Little Falls Flyer defense. On the other hand, for the Flyers, it's been a pretty balanced scoring first half.
Look at that.
Yep.
Scott, Ekman, Spillum, and Lubers all have about the same.
Yep, all right around that 10-point mark. And I think that's key as the Flyers try to break a 2-game losing streak with this basketball game tonight, as they really enter a difficult part of their schedule. The final 4 games are good tournament testing games for the Flyers as they head into games later this week with Ricori and Mora on Thursday and Saturday, and the next, those both are home games.
Yes.
And then they end on the road Tuesday and Friday nights respectively at Becker and again at Zimmerman. So 4 tough tests, and I think coaches like Kevin Jordan want that kind of trial heading into tournament time.
It's so funny when you mention Ricori, another former Central Lakes Conference, and Ricori and Little Falls always battle. And Bob Brink is not there anymore. His first year gone as coach for the Ricori Spartans. That is going to be one heck of a game, and another possible section rivalry game there.
That's right, and super fan Jeff Bagalki really sad that Bob Brink is gone from Ricori.
He is crying, I know. I see him wiping his tears on the bench over there.
Exactly.
Little Falls has the ball for the second half. There has been no jump balls, no held balls at all in this game. Over and back.
And over and back. Yep, he crossed it, and then on his and he almost did that in the first half. You remember that back foot. And the back foot did cross again, so that was a legitimate call. Ironically, that's the way the first half opened up when Wenzel checked out. The Flyers took an automatic turnover, and right now we're back with Albany with the basketball.
Raker kicks it over to Fisher, and Fisher looking for something open. Little Falls in that man-to-man again. They're not letting up on the man-to-man defense. Back to Raker, and Litchie's back in the game. Fisher, 2-pointer, that's good.
Well, they needed somebody else to step to the forefront. Fisher did, knocks down the first J of the second half and cuts the lead to 15.
And Little Falls with the ball. Scott Lubers trying to get open underneath. Good defense by number 25, Dalton Finken, against Lubers. 36-21, big lead. Little Falls spotted a lot of points early, but boy, they came right back.
Well, my guess is Corey Schlegel wasn't quiet at halftime. He had a few things to say to his team, and Albany has come out and responded as pick up a rebound, and here come the Huskies.
And Litchie, good move, offensive foul.
Wow. Good positioning underneath. It was going to be a 50-50 call, but the official on the spot ruled that Lubers did have position, and Litchie picks up his first foul of the night.
These officials doing a great job tonight. Jacob Welsh, Aaron Hammer, and Alex Weem. Nice job by the officials. I don't want to jinx them by saying that, but they're doing a great job.
Well, they're letting the kids play.
Yeah, they are, and everything underneath is really clean. And, oh, my gosh, a big, wide-open shot by Scott. He didn't know what to do with it. And Raker with the ball. Big three-pointer, no good, and Scott gets the rebound and a foul by Raker.
And Raker was his own worst enemy there because he shot the ball, thought it was going in, and when he was ready to jog down floor, the miss came right back to where he would have been. And then he picks up the foul on top of it. So he kind of made 2 bad plays in a row there.
2 quick fouls by Albany, and Little Falls with the ball. Troy Scott to Spencer Lubers. Lubers looking underneath. We got the starting lineup in here for the beginning of the game. Ekman, the Scott brothers, Lubers, and Spillum. 16-17, nice move by Scott. Lubers with a rebound. Back to Jake. Puts it up and in.
Wow. Good body control by Jake because he was really in no position to launch a shot. Went up, but maintained his body position. Took the collision and came away with the points. And Raker picks up his second, team's third already. Dave, less than 2 minutes in.
Now Little Falls, I don't want to jinx it. They are 5 for 5 from the free throw line right now too. Good shooting.
Well, they might get some opportunities here in the second half with 3 fouls already on the Huskies.
And Raker does a little behind-the-back dribble. Oh, boy. Take that ball away from himself, Zach Raker, and that ball's kicked out by Albany.
You know, Nick Raker just has not liked the pressure. He has really struggled tonight against pressure. And I thought he would be the key to this basketball game. And thus far, his inability to handle the pressure has really caused Albany's offense to really never get in tune.
If he's a 5'7" sophomore, too. He's got a lot of ball handling skills. And there's a three-pointer by Troy Scott. Oh.
And suddenly the Flyers have doubled up Albany 42-21.
Halftime score was 36-19. Albany only scoring 2 points in the second half so far. Looking for something open here. Zach Raker, back to Fisher, and Spillum. Boy, Spillum's doing a heck of a job on defense tonight, too.
I like what he's brought to the table tonight.
It's really good. I mean, his point average is like 3 points, but man. Oh, big shot by number 32, Zach Raker. That's a two-pointer.
Yep, Raker brings it back with a nice little J. 15-14 to go here in half number 2. Flyers up by 19.
Ekman all the way down and a foul. Blocking foul. That's on number 34. That's John Elliott's first.
Yep, Elliott slid over as Ekman was in the air. I think Ekman was really tentative about any contact there, but got the benefit of the call and will shoot 2.
Well, I'm looking at the scoreboard, Steve. 4 fouls for Albany, 0 for Little Falls, and they are perfect from the line. And Zawatsky coming in for Spillum, and Seb Sawada coming in for Scott. Sawada with a nice three-pointer in that first half. Boy, he just launched that.
Well, you know, you're into your 20th, 21st game of the year, whatever it is at this point, and there's certain things you have to do well, and shoot free throws is one of them if you want to be a tournament team to play in March.
That's the first miss by Little Falls, and the rebound picked up by Albany. Litchie kicks it over to Raker. Raker looking for a move, a three-pointer. That's going to be short.
Boy.
And Ekman with a rebound.
Boy, that's just a tough shot.
Yeah.
A step back 3.
Yeah, and a 5'7" kid doing it, too. And Tommy Bell and Ekman decides to pull up for that 3-shot. And Ekman's a good fake. He's got such a good move.
But again, showing patience. Tommy Bell didn't like what he saw. He has no problem bringing the ball back out and setting up the offense again. Hey, gang, you're up by 20 points. We don't need to rush things.
And look at this. And they're tiring Albany out being on defense the whole time.
Yep.
That's tipped out by Litchie.
Nothing wrong with this.
No, not at all. And you know what? I think it's kind of nice. I'm looking at the score sheet. There's nobody in real foul trouble. Finken's got 2 for Albany, and for Little Falls, Jake Scott's got 2, but nobody's in dire straits with fouls. Spencer Lubers back to Seb Swat. And Ekman kicks on that. That's a 2. I thought that was a 3, but it's a 2. He stepped on the line.
Nope. So he's got 10. First Flyer in double figures and lead now at 22.
And he's getting close to his 16.6-point average per game. Back out to Raker. Boy, he's just too long on those threes.
Yep.
Nice box out by Seb Sawada, but the ball goes off of him.
Just couldn't handle it after he came down with it. But again, you know, yes, it's nice to have the basketball, but what we have to look at is the fact that Sawada did everything you're supposed to do. You boxed out, had the position for the rebound, and just lost it out of bounds.
You know, I'm looking at Sawada in our first game of the year. He has to put on some weight because he's not as skinny as he used to be. He's got some muscle, too.
I like his frame.
I do, too.
He's got a basketball
good
frame.
Basketball.
Yep.
Number 15 inbounding the ball. That's Cody Stick. And a long three-pointer. You can't let Litchie have that. He'll start dominating on that side. And he gets another three-pointer.
Yep. It's his first basket of the second half, 15th point overall.
And he's got 9 from three-point.
Yep.
From the three-point line here. And Little Falls really patient again. 13:35 to go. No hurry. You got to make Albany come to them. A couple more fouls by Albany is going to put Little Falls in the bonus, too.
Yep.
And Gradine, loses the handle, but he gets it back. Double dribble. Oh.
Yep.
Good call. It's only the second turnover for the Flyers. 13:23 to go. Albany inbounding the ball, and Litchie is going to take it across the timeline. Little Falls in that ever so tough man-to-man defense. Stick in the middle, back to Stick. Nice three-point launch, no good. Kicked out, and Travis Spillum comes up with it. Boy, he's just mauled and no call, and Tommy Bell crosses the line. Seb Sawada in and out. Boy, that's rebounded by Spillum. Another rebound, a slap away, and that's a foul.
Yep, anytime you do that, Cody Stick, you're going to pick one up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boy, Travis Spill on both ends of the floor,
Yep.
rebounding and picking up the foul.
Yeah, and like we've said, we like what we're seeing from Travis. That's foul number 5,
In.
and Spillum hits the first of 2 as Grandpa Jay across the way, I see.
I see Grandpa Jay and Grandma Diane. And that second one's, they only missed 2 free throws tonight, so they're well over their average right now. 12:52 to go, another 20-point lead for Little Falls. And thanks for joining us tonight again on the Flyer Media Productions production of Albany Basketball versus Little Falls Flyers here at the Flyer Gym. And number 32 decides to put one in.
So Raker, that was just a 2.
It's a 2. He did that again. And Zach Raker's got 6 points. Oh, Spillum wide open from 18. No good.
Yep.
And picked up by Litchi. Litchi's going to cross the line. And
got a little bump from
Yep.
Travis.
And you know the legs are still fresh here. Kevin Jordan substituting at will. He's got that 10. He's got the 10 people rotation. He can do it anything he wants.
Yep. He brings in 4 of them right now. It's a good substitution, I think, for Coach Jordan. Guys on the floor have done well. They've built the lead back up to 22. It's back down to 18. Time to get a little bit in-your-nose defense here and slow things down again.
And the starting 5 back in for Little Falls. The original 5, the Scott brothers, Spencer Lubers, Colin Ekman, and Spillum. Boy, nice job taking the attempted block. Scott, right side, slapped away and another foul.
Again by Stick, and I'm not so sure he didn't get a lot more ball that time. But again, he did the wild slap where the arm comes almost around like you're killing a volleyball.
And I heard that, and they actually called that one on Riley Voigt.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. He got away with that one.
Yep.
That's number 20, Jake Scott at the line. He's perfect from the free throw line tonight, 4 for 4. 47-28. Big chance here for Little Falls. There it is.
9 of 11 for the Flyers from the free throw line, and they up the lead back to 20, excuse me, 48-28.
Wow, 12:06 to go, and almost a steal by Colin Ekman. Albany having trouble getting across that timeline. Shot from 2, no good, and rebounded by number 22, Zach Tomsky. Drive, Voigt, looking for something, and Albany's got the baseline, but nothing there. Tomsky, another shot, and Lubers with another rebound. Spencer, I've got him at 8 rebounds. Unofficially, I got 8 rebounds for Spencer, 6 for Zawatsky. 11:35 to go.
Well, again, it's the defense by Little Falls because every shot that Albany is launching is a jump shot. They haven't had the opportunity to go to the basket uncontested in this entire second half. And they'll hit some jumpers, but with consistency, they're just not finding it.
Boy, and they're just struggling right now. Nice steal by number 15, Stick, and Stick knocks it out of bounds.
Yep.
Cody Stick coming off the bench. He's got no points, but he's been a little factor on defense right now.
Little Falls has to fight complacency, Dave.
Yes.
They do not, with a 20-point lead with 11 minutes to go, we have to remember to continue to do the things that got us to this point.
And Ekman in the right side here. Luber's going to go base. 8-footer, decides to pass it up. Spillum there for the ball. Good cut, but no play. And Jake Scott gives it to his brother Troy. Looking to set up a play. A 5-second count being applied by the ref. Scott moves.
Nice no-look.
Ekman again!
But that was a nice no-look pass.
Colin Ekman looks like he camped in the lane, but he just made a cut perfectly, and he gets the basket. And Litchi being watched by Ekman. That man-to-man defense has just given Albany fits here. And we just figured out who Corey Schlegel was. It's Tara Schlegel's husband.
Yeah, Tara, teacher here at the high school.
We just put 2 and 3 together. 10:28 to go, 50-28. Big lead for Little Falls.
The lead was 36-19 and a half, so the 17-point lead by the Flyers at half has ballooned 5 more points to a 22-point bulge.
Zach Tomsky with the ball, kicks it off to Stick. Out, a 3-pointer. There we go. Riley Voigt's first basket of the game tonight. And it's a 3-pointer. And Ekman's going to return the favor. He looks like he passes that one up back to Scott on the left side. And they're making Albany just come out to them. There's no reason to do anything else.
Nope. And again, what they're doing now, Coach Jordan bringing the guys out, trying to get them out of the man-to-man.
Yep.
There's no hurry.
And there's no 10-second count because he's not within 5 feet.
Yep.
5-second count. He's not within 5 feet.
Yep.
And Spillum, boy, he's way out. He's top of the free throw line. Scott.
And this is getting yourself ready for tournament time.
You bet it
is what you have to practice in game situations once you get into the tournament. There's nothing wrong with this.
No, it's not. And the Little Falls, hopefully they can get far enough into it to get this far ahead of a good team in that section tournament.
Now, I think Coach Jordan heard my comment about Dean Smith's four-corner offense, and he wanted to show me that he knew what it was about.
Well, he is a math teacher.
Yep.
Oh, and a big drive by Scott.
See, and that's what you get out of the four-corner. You get that easy, uncontested layup.
Well, he kind of lulled Albany to sleep. To
Absolutely.
9:06 to go. Big lead, 52-31. Little Falls. Albany, number 23, shoots it up there. Voigt, no good. Stick with the rebound. Back to Tomsky. And Litchi. Boom! He hits again. Man, without Litchi, they would have only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 points.
Well,
wow.
That's the 6th three-pointer of the night for Albany. I don't have how many they shot, but I know they're shooting under 20%.
Yeah, it's. I haven't kept track of it. Look at that move.
Yep.
Scott moves a little bit too close to the basket, and a nice move by Litchi. He's going all the way, left side to the right side. No good. And Spencer Lubers, number 10 tonight, on the rebound. And a little ragged play there, and Lubers gets a foul.
A little bit of ragged play. Spencer rushed that pass out on the rebound, and has now picked up his foul. Little ugly play there. Little Falls just needs to get it back and control the tempo again.
Well, you know, you don't want to let a lead like this escape, and you want to make sure you keep the pressure on Albany.
That's right. Albany hits their 3rd free throw of the night, 3 for 3. Little Falls 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Both teams shooting well from the charity stripe. Lead back down to the halftime lead of 17 at this point. 8:22 to go.
And the second one up and good. So Voigt has 5 points tonight and a timeout.
Good timeout by Kevin Jordan. Good timeout.
You know, I was thinking back to the Cathedral game was actually pretty close had it not been for those 14 three-pointers that Cathedral launched. And Little Falls could not score the 3. And tonight, you know, they got a couple three-pointers here and there, but they're not relying on the 3.
No, they aren't. And I think they've only hit 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 threes.
Looks like 5. Maybe.
I got 5. Yep, you're right.
5. But I know that they have not shot near as many as Albany.
No, they haven't.
You know, and so selective threes are way better than the launching. And I think when, you know, Little Falls puts up 21 against Sartell and 29 against Cathedral, both in losses, you know, you're launching a lot of threes here. Going back actually in the stats, the 29 they shot at Cathedral were the second most of the season. Ironically, they launched 36 against Uppsala, which was also a loss.
Wow. And quality teams. I mean, Cathedral is no slouch.
Oh, no.
Uppsala, number 1 in Class A.
Right.
And they're undefeated right now. I don't think they've gotten beat yet.
Right.
Coach Vern Capel doing a great job with the Uppsala Cardinals. Well, 8:22 to go here. We'll say in the second half, maybe the game here. Little Falls got to play basketball, though. They got 8 minutes to keep playing. And Ekman takes the ball inbounds from Spencer Lubers. He can break a press. He can break a walnut. I bet. There it is. Ekman puts it up. And no good, just off the edge. Nice play by Lubers. Oh!
But it came off Lubers.
Yes,
it was. It was a smart play, but Stick, ironically, carried off him back onto Lubers and out of bounds.
Litchi inbounds the ball to Tomsky, and Litchi's going to run the floor here for a few minutes.
Yep. And Ekman did everything right breaking that press except make the shot.
Yep. And he put it up a little strong. Tomsky back to Litchi. Back to Tomsky, kicking the corner to Stick. Oh, nice feed. Kicked away by Zawadzki. Yep, a good call.
Now, I like Kevin Jordan's approach here after the timeout. He felt, too, I think, that his team was getting a little complacent defensively. He comes out, puts on a half-court trap to hopefully ramp up the defensive pressure a little bit and equating to offensive excellence.
And they go to a 2-3 zone again, too. That's been their bread and butter for most of the year. And it's been tough to break in the middle. And, you know, the only one really in the middle doing any damage is Litchi, but he's doing it from 18 feet back.
Yep, and that's a shot Stick misses that you, as a Flyer coach, you want them to take.
Exactly. Oh, nice play. Good feed. Zawadzki for 2. That's his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and it came off the feed from Lubers. What a nice catch and throw.
Spencer Lubers, beautiful assist there. 7:18 to go, 54-36, and a steal. Seb Sawada. Back to Ekman. He's going to go all the way. Puts it up and good.
And what have we talked about all night long, Dave? Offense coming through your defense.
He's got 18 points tonight over his average. He always seems to do that in these games.
The lead back up to 20.
And 6:59 to go. Albany, Tomsky, and a timeout called by Schlegel.
Yep, he wants a 30-second timeout. But again, what we saw out of that last timeout was exactly what coaches do. They realize what isn't working, what has worked, and go back to the well just one more time.
Well coached. You got to give a lot of respect to Coach Jordan and Coach Schlegel. They're friends. You can tell because they live close to each other, and they're good basketball opponents.
Yep.
And they respect each other. You can just tell.
And that's what high school sports is supposed to be about, isn't it? Modeling behaviors that you take the rest of your life, and that's exactly what happens here. So when your coaches respect each other, the players do. They play hard, they play fair, and they play the game the right way. And that's what we've seen tonight.
When I just saw that Aaron Sinclair was putting out the academic all-star lists, too. So we've got a lot of kids on the Little Falls team in the upper echelons of the class, too.
Which is the way it's supposed to be.
It is. 6:54 to go, 56-36 here. Little Falls opening up things a little bit. A little long on that, a little short on the three by Brett Fisher, and rebounded by Zawadzki. Ekman crosses the timeline. Looking for a shot. Oh, Zawadzki a little deep underneath. He still makes a basket.
Yeah, but he was able to gather himself because he did not move his feet. And that was a nice possession, a quick possession by the Flyers.
Litchi driving. Back to Raker, a three-pointer. That's good. Well, Raker's got 2 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah, so he's got his 6 points. But again, as Coach Schlegel goes back and replays this game in his mind like coaches always do, he'll know that basically they got off to a tough start, clawed their way back, but then it was that 18 to 4 run to close out the first half that really put the Flyers in control of this basketball game.
And it was a great, well-played run, and Little Falls doing everything right there. Loopers, Ekman, that's a 23-footer. Boom. Wow.
Ekman heating up here in the second half. He's got 10 second-half points, 17 overall. Flyers back up by 22, and a foul.
And, Steve, that last game was Little Falls 66-63 at Albany. Hometown crowd must have done something at Albany, but, boy, nothing like that game tonight here.
Well, we're shooting the ball really well, and I think it's because of the shots we're taking. We're taking high-quality shots. Outside of 1 or 2 rushed shots, we've taken shots that we can hit.
Litchi, 11-footer, that's good. Litchi's still on fire. He's
got
doing
22.
Everything. And what's that? Almost half the points for Albany.
Yep.
Good play by Zawadzki. Kicks it off the leg. Litchi has it, and it's out of bounds. And that's that's off the Zawadzki.
Yep, it's off Zawadzki. Excuse me, Litchi has 20 of the 41.
Man. Yeah, it's just tough with the balance scoring Little Falls has opposed to that.
Yep.
Raker coming across the timeline, 5:32 to go here. Back to Raker. Wide open Litchi on the right side. Nothing there. Kicked out of bounds, and that's off of Scott's leg. Troy Scott. Turnovers have been very few this second half.
Yeah, it's been a relatively well-played basketball game. Albany.
Three-pointer.
Yep.
Oh,
yep. Yeah.
Litchi just drains the three.
Oh, you can see that this would be a tough basketball team when they're shooting the ball well.
Oh man.
They have all quick releases. They push the ball up and down the floor.
Ekman in and out, no good, and rebounded in the hands of Raker finally. Stick with that rebound that time.
The lead still at 17 as we're under 5 minutes to go. And there's another three.
Yep, there it is. That's a little. Oh, that's tipped out too.
Yep.
Nice block, a nice misdirection there by Little Falls. That was Spencer Lubers that got his hand on it, I think. Lubers way at the top of the three-point line here. Scott not going to have to take that three right now. Watch closely by Raker, and he's not afraid to drive. Scott with a no-look pass. Zawadzki up high, no good.
Kind of lost it on the way up.
Just left hand didn't do it, and Litchi fade away, no good. Kicked back out, and Raker tries the three. Boy, that's short, and Travis Spillum. I have him as 7 rebounds. Oh, Litchi with a beautiful steal, basket, and a foul.
Just gave it away right to Litchi, and suddenly we're down to a 15-point lead with a chance to make it 14. And again, just like we talked in the first half, Dave, it seems like we should be, really in control of this thing. We just keep, letting Albany off the hook.
There it is, and Litchi is perfect from the line. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-pointers.
Yep. He's having a nice ball game.
And Spencer Lubers inbounds the ball, 61-47 here.
Closest it's been for a while.
It has. And Ekman, see what he can do. No look pass to Zawadzki. No foul. There's the foul.
Yep.
That's a.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was goaltending, but it's a 2-shot foul. Okay.
2-shot foul.
It's at number 25.
Yep. And I know Bryce is going to beat himself up with missing those, and they're coming off nice passes, and Bryce just unable to finish them. Hopefully he'll do that here at the free throw line.
Boy, there it is. Nice job by Zawadzki. He's 1 for 1 from the line. He's got a nice shot. He's a big kid, but he's got just a nice motion, strong kid, and nice parents too.
Yep.
It was parents, and I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
We saw the parents get roses tonight. Very nice. Oh, Litchi goes in, and it gets fouled by Zawadzki or Spencer Lubers. It's on Zawadzki.
Yeah, well, Litchi has demonstrated that one good player can't necessarily win a basketball game, but still can present you with some defensive fits. And right now, Albany looking for no one other than Litchi.
That's right. And he has not taken a break this second half either. 4:01 to go in the second half.
This free throw makes it a 13-point game.
Wow, they've really clawed their way back, and that's good. I don't have any stats on Litchi, but I'd imagine he's just about got everything going for Albany for this year. Lubers, nice pass. Oh, wide open. Zawadzki takes it up and
There you
good. And now they're going to have to do some fast break points like that. And
Yep.
oh, look at that. Little Falls
Yep,
calls a timeout.
Yep. Coach Jordan wanted a timeout. We'll see what he draws up now.
What? You know, I'm looking at the fouls right now. Little Falls in the bonus right now with 7 fouls by Albany. But, boy, the fouls haven't been much of a factor both halves.
Not at all. Not at all. And, I think the pace of the game has dictated some of that. But, this is not a physical inside basketball game. Neither of these teams really like to mix it up as their priority inside. They would rather play that perimeter game. Tonight, Little Falls, to their credit, has gone inside, and they've gotten the benefits of that ball movement inside. Have really had some shots that they struggle to get against other teams that they've had here tonight. And maybe, Dave, as we said, that's an omen for good things as we head into the 4 final regular season games and anything postseason-wise for the Flyers.
Well, if they can do this against Ricori, it is going to be a bloodbath because Ricori and Little Falls, Ricori's got this high-speed offense too. Pass and shoot, 2-3 zone, and they'll match up really well. I can't wait to see that game on Thursday night. That's a rescheduled game too. That was a December game that got moved.
Yep.
Well, 3:50 to go, 64-49 here in Little Falls. The Flyer Media Productions crew, I'll announce those kids later as we end this broadcast. It's been a fast game. We haven't had time to take a breath to announce everybody here.
Oh, they just do it. Your crew does a great job, Dave.
Well, thank you. And I do appreciate the support we get from all the administrators and teachers. Boy, I almost picked up by Little Falls, but Raker gets it back to Litchi. First one he's missed in a while, but he gets fouled.
That little late whistle, I thought, on that one.
That's 3 fouls on Jake. Jake has always flirted with those 3 fouls, and they keep letting him play. Coach Jordan knows he's a valuable player. He doesn't foul out much.
Well, we'll see what Litchi does. He's perfect 5 for 5,
Man.
now 6 of 6. He usually had a nice release, doesn't he, Dave?
It doesn't even look like he's looking at the basket.
No, very natural release. He's a shooter. He's a shooter.
Perfect from the line. Wow.
Yep.
I ran out of space in my score sheet here. I'm over on your side.
Yeah.
64-50 Ekman. They're going to do this again. And Lubers, he just shoots a little hard but gets his own rebound and puts it up and gets fouled.
And, those are the shots that, got to make. When you break the press, you got to make those shots. Because what's happening here is no time is going off the clock.
Yep. Well, now Little Falls pretty much in the go-ahead zone here because 8 fouls on Albany. They're going to have to foul to keep this game stopped, and Lubers makes his first free throw.
Well, and we're going to have to continue to hit free throws. I think we're 11 of 15 right now, maybe 11 of 14. See what Lubers does here in the second one. Looks good and is good.
Beautiful.
Yep. And that's point number 10 for Lubers.
And in the game, Zawadzki comes and Scott goes out. And Raker going to hand that ball inbounds.
3:22 to play, and this could be an NBA-type end of a basketball game that seems to take forever unless we can make Albany run some time off the clock. You do that defensively.
And look at that. Spencer Lubers with a steal.
There's no hurry now.
And Scott with the ball. And they're just going to take their time, make Albany come to them. Ekman finds the opening, puts it in. That's not going to help because you're not going to let Ekman go free.
No. 68-51, under 3 to go.
And shot going to be put up by Fisher. And that's good. That's a two-pointer.
So exchanging baskets, we'll do that. We'll be okay with that. But again, you can see how Albany can score a lot of points in a hurry.
Wide open, Zawadzki. Oh, he gets undercut.
Yep.
And that is Litchi.
Litchi. Yep.
It's only his second foul.
So Zawadzki will go to the line.
And one more foul, Little Falls in the double bonus. So this is the last bonus free throw for the Flyers.
Zawadzki with 7.
But he has that beautiful release for his free throw, too. Ooh, that just misses the front of the rim. And Albany comes up. And next foul by Albany puts Little Falls double bonus. That could pretty much ice this game. 2-point shot, no good. That was by number 32, Zach Raker. And Little Falls coming up with that rebound.
Yep.
That's another one for Zawadzki. Oh, Lubers decides to pass on the three. He wanted it.
He's not going to take that three this late in the game, or he'll be down.
He'll be sitting.
Exactly. He'll be next to Coach.
Coach Jordan got a nice warm spot for you right here. Raker with a foul.
Yep. I guess his third, if I'm not mistaken, and it will send Lubers to the free throw line. Second on Raker. Lubers to shoot 2.
And this is it. They're going to be shooting 2 for the rest of the game here, and it's 2:05 to go. Let's see what happens with this score. Well, Little Falls is at the same score they had last time against 66. Well, they just eclipsed that, but this is not the same game.
No, definitely not. And it's been Little Falls' game since about 5 or 6 minutes to go in the first half.
And there you go. Spencer Lubers puts them both in.
Yep, perfect 4 for 4 from the line. 12 points for Lubers. Lead back to 17.
Big three-pointer by Stick and rebounded by Spencer Lubers. I've got unofficially Spencer with 11 rebounds now. Oh, Ekman not afraid to dance with that line. Oh, and stolen away just about. There it is. Albany picks it up, and it's stolen back.
Yep.
Scott comes up with the ball, and Coach Schlegel has got to be pulling his hair out right now.
Well, right now he's emptying his bench.
He is. He's getting all the underclassmen up there. 1:32 to go. This is going to be a close to 20-point lead, 20-point win.
Yep.
Well, what do we got here? We got Matt Stiller in, Jeremy Rodenwald. Number 4 is Grant Kierzek. 55 is Kyle Zierden.
Okay.
And they wholesale everybody out. And we'll see what happens in the less 1:30 to go. Kind of throwing in the flag here. Well, that run, like you said, Steve, that run in the first half by Little Falls just knocked the wind out of all.
Absolutely.
And Nolan Anderson's the other person in the game. Big three-pointer. He's not afraid to shoot the three. Is Rodenwald, man.
Nope.
Scott comes up with the rebound. Tommy Bell crosses the timeline. Seb Sawada's in there, and so is Travis Spillum and Colin Gradine. So his bench, Jordan's bench, has been a good relief for Little Falls, too.
Yep.
And they're just going to pass and let this last minute maybe dance down with no shots.
Yep.
Albany doesn't need to foul here. There's no reason to do it.
Coach Jordan calls a timeout to get his bench in the game.
And we're going to have some players. Kyle Kabinet coming in.
Yep.
22, that's Brighton Goodrich. Number 50, Cameron Smith. And I believe number 34, I got Kabinet already, okay. And 54, Mark Hanowski in the game, too. And Goodrich is going to inbounds the ball here. 54 seconds to go. Oh, Jake Lokanen's in there, too. So that is the actually probably the last 5 off the bench.
Yep.
So he's gotten everybody in tonight. That's very nice.
Yep. On Parents' Night, that's what you always hope for.
Exactly. A lot of good showing here by the parents. It was nice to see them get their flowers. Goodrich with the ball.
Yep.
And we'll see if there's any points scored here. Back to Kabanek. Back to Lokinen. Pushing everything back. They're just waiting for Albany to make a move here. 27 seconds to go. This is going to go in the books for a win. Nope. Kicked away, and Albany comes up with it. That's number 4, Kierzek. In the corner. Anderson shot, no good. Picked up by number 34, Kabanek. 10 seconds to go, and this should just about end the game here. Little Falls showing some great skill by their younger kids. It's good to get them in.
Exactly.
And as the clock ticks away, we end this game in victory to Little Falls. 70-53, the Flyers victorious. Another conference win.
Exactly.
So they go to 11-3 in the conference, 15-7 overall, and their home record goes to 9-3. Good game for Little Falls tonight.
Absolutely. Quickly running through the score sheet, Dave. Scott Litchie, the only player for the Huskies in double figures, he finishes with 30 points tonight. Albany, not many nights, Dave, you shoot 100% from the free throw line and lose by 17.
Oh, my gosh.
Albany 9 of 9 from the free throw line throughout this game. Litchie had 6. The Rakers, Nick and Zach, 6. Or Litchie had 30, excuse me. The Rakers each had 6. Brett Fisher with 6 as well. Riley Voigt with 5. Only 5 players in the scorebook for Corey Schlegel's Huskies from Albany.
Boy, and you can't win games with scoring like that, but all the credit to Scott Litchie. What a guy.
Right. And the other way, Little Falls tonight shot the basketball well. As we've talked about, Dave, countless times, it was really, we thought, their defense that really set up their offense, which always makes it for an interesting game. But leading the way for Little Falls tonight, 1 of 3 in double figures. Colin Ekman leading the way with 19. 12 of those in the second half. Troy Scott in the books with 14, also in double figures tonight, and I thought played a nice ball game, especially early on in controlling the boards with Spencer Luber. He finishes in double figures with 12. Bryce Sawatsky and Jake Scott, 7 points each. Travis Spillum with 6. Seb Sawada with 1-3 in the first half. Finishes with 3 points. And Colin Gradine also a bucket in the first half to finish with 2 points. Little Falls 14 of 18 from the free throw line tonight.
Way to go, Little Falls got that free throw shooting back, and they went to the double bonus. Didn't really need it to win this game tonight.
All right, so it's been a good night for Flyer sports. A win here at the basketball gymnasium against Albany, and final score just in from Exchange Arena. Little Falls Flyers moves into the semis of Section 6A hockey with a 5-1 win over Morris Benson.
Way to go, Little Falls Flyers. Hey, we're here to tell you this is our last broadcast of sports for the year. There's a concert or the talent show coming up Monday night, but this is our last broadcast. We'll be back with a full schedule next year. I want to thank our great crew tonight up in the booth. Emily Danaski, our director, Zoe Garner, our switcher, Phoenix Weiss down here on camera 2, Dylan Lynch on camera 1, Alex Rozek on the all-reliable camera 3, Eric Van Ark on graphics, and Jason Egerth running sound with Jerry Abraham up there. And I want to thank all these kids for doing this. We do appreciate it. Karen Warner and myself, Jerry Abraham, and as Alex waves to me and makes me laugh on camera, there you can see Dylan and the camera crew. And I want to thank Steve Jones here. Oh, we also had Noah Anderson doing some shadowing tonight. I want to thank Steve again for doing this. Steve, I appreciate it. We'll be back next year with more games, I hope.
Oh, yeah, man, this was a pleasure, Dave. Thank you, sir.
Well, this is Flyer Media Productions. Little Falls Flyers defeat the Albany Huskies tonight 70-53 in a Granite Ridge Conference game. We'll be back next year with more sports, but we'll be back on Monday night with a talent show. And the month of March and April are a little bit light on the schedule, but in May we have concerts and graduation, all-important graduation for Little Falls. Again, the final score, 70-53. This is Dave Gertz for Steve Jones with Karen Warner up in the booth along with Jerry Abraham. Flyer Media Productions and Central Minnesota Access Channel 6. Thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. We'll see you next year right here in the booth.